Cabbage, a cool season vegetable, is not only easy to grow but also versatile in the kitchen. From fresh salads to hearty cooked dishes, its uses are endless. Thriving in sunny locations with well-drained organic rich soil, cabbage requires proper spacing and consistent moisture to form healthy compact heads. Growing cabbage in Uganda presents a viable and potential lucrative opportunity, whether for smallholder farmers or large-scale agribusinesses. With a relatively short growth cycle of just 3 to 4 months, it's a smart choice for those looking to turn a quick profit in agriculture. Edward Kibalabali from Continental Seeds takes us through the entire cabbage value chain from seed to market.
My name is Edward Kibalabali from Continental Seeds. Continental Seeds is a company that is majoring into horticulture seeds. It is specializing in horticulture seeds, and it is known for high quality seeds. In Continental Seeds, we have agronomists who are all over the country. They are helping farmers. We do demos for farmers. We invite farmers when we have demos, because we believe seeing for a farmer to believe in our seeds is supposed to see it. So like here you can see we have planted cabbages, we have planted tomatoes. This is part of our initiative to the farmers. Even after this show, we still have some demos all over this country, both central, western, eastern, and the north. So we have people who are going around teaching our farmers, because we want our farmers to have something in their pocket. We have 3 cabbages, as I've earlier mentioned, and all the cabbages we have, first, before we make it commercial, we subject them to trials on diseases in various places. So when you go to any dealer in this any dealer in this country, please tell the person selling to you where you come from, because these cabbages can grow in different locations. So when you mention where you come from, the dealer will automatically pick the right cabbages for your area. That is why we have several of them here. And I will talk mostly to one cabbage here called Rusi. Rusi is a cabbage that is fast in maturity. It takes only 60 days after transplanting. 60 days it will be between 3.5 to 4 kilos. But this cabbage, the beauty of this cabbage, when maybe you have planted and by the 60th day, there is no market for you. This cabbage can hold on your farm for another 30 days. It can go up to 80 days. Because when it is at 60, you can harvest if you have the market. And if you don't have a market, you can still hold it on the farm for another 30 days. It will not burst. Instead of bursting, it will increase the kilos from 3.5 to 4 or 6 kilos. This is the beauty of Rusi cabbage. This one here. So I would urge our farmers, and this cabbage also, the beauty of it cut across, both in areas, hot areas and cold areas. In hot areas, it will give you a little bit smaller cabbage, that is about 3 to 3.5 kilos. But in cold areas, it will be big. It will give you between 4 to 6 kilos. That is why I'm insisting for our farmers, please, those who are at home, those who are at the show, please come visit Continental Seeds.
To maximize yields, farmers should prepare the soil well, add manure, space plants properly, spray regularly, and plant seeds in a nursery bed before transplanting them to the main garden.
For you to get a very good cabbage, first it is better preparation of your land. Land preparation should be okay. Second thing, if you can, I would request our farmers to take soil samples so that they can get, if they want to do what we call business farming, first start with the soil testing before you do any farming, whether it is in cabbages, tomatoes, or any other thing, so that they can tell you the pH of your farm, your soil. Secondly, when you come to cabbages, you prepare your land. And I would argue our farmers, most of them have cows and goats at home and chicken at home. We can improvise cow manure instead of going to buy fertilizers from the shop, because cow manure is the best. You prepare your land, small plot like this, you can have about 6 wheelbarrows. First, plow the farm, put 6 wheelbarrows, then till it again. When you are coming to plant, get handful of manure in each hole. And our spacing for cabbage, the best spacing for cabbages, it is 45 by 60. So that you get your cabbage, it should have its own space, not to be so close to each other, because this is not sukuma wiki. So we advise farmers to do 45 by 60 centimeters. And you put manure handful in each hole, put your seedling. And if when you buy your seeds, we have got 2 ways. You can put it on the ground as a nursery, or you can do it on the trays. If you can, I would appreciate if you can do it on a tray, because when you are doing on the ground, maybe sometimes when the time you are going to do the transplanting, the soil is hard. So when somebody is pulling from the ground, you find it is cut. So it becomes a problem. You lose a lot of seeds. But if you do it on the trays, when you pull it, it comes with its own soil, and you put in that hole. Before even it starts using the manure in that hole, it will use the nutrients that it came with from the tray. That is why sometimes when you have just done some transplanting, you find during the day, in the evening, the plant is dying off because you uprooted it. So it is stressed. Before it picks, it takes time. But from the trays, it comes with the soil, no stress. By the time it is through with the food on the tray, it now starts getting the food that you had put in the soil. So from there, then you start looking, or you're taking care of maybe when it is cold, you spray. When a farmer is preparing his land, and he needs to know the amount of seed he would want, he require for his farm, we recommend 100. Now, if you take the measurement I said earlier, but there are some who normally do small measurement, they can end up having about 12,000 plants at his farm. But recommended, it is 11,000 heads.
Edward Kibarabali explains that a mature cabbage is firm, compact, and feels solid when gently squeezed.
You see like this? It is ready for harvest. So when you do this, you'll see it is hard. But when it is still soft, it is not yet ready. You leave it until it is compact. That is why as I earlier said, I said we have 3 varieties here. I said Rusi takes 60 days to maturity. The 2, Winner and Michelle, takes 85 days to maturity. So you can, when you are planting, you can keep your record. When it comes to 80 days, the 2, 80 to 85, even if you go and touch it, you'll find it is compact. And this one, when it is at 60 days, it will be compact, but it still have room for weight. Instead of bursting, it will add weight from 3.5 to 4, 5, 6 kilos. Especially when it is in a cold area, you'll find a bigger cabbage, not a small cabbage, as it will have done in a hot area.
But like all crops, cabbage is not without challenges. One of the most common threats is black rot. a disease that can devastate an entire field if not properly managed.
Cabbages, the most biggest problem is black rot. Most of the diseases on cabbages is black rot. Black rot. Black rot, that is why I said earlier, with Continental Seeds, we make sure we undertake trials for 3 years before we introduce. What is trials for? We make sure the variety we want to put on the market, it is tolerant or resistant black rot. So in any of the varieties we have here, if you buy, be assured it is very good on black rot. You will never have a black rot issue in your farm. For the diseases, that is one, but for the pests, it's normal. You find caterpillars, those ones you can simply go to a dealer and tell or him that what you've seen, and they'll give you some chemicals to spray. Black rot is when you plant a cabbage and you find when the cabbage is ready, the leaves around it is drying out. That is what I mean, black rot. That one, there is no cure. The only cure is to get the good seed. And the good seed, you can only get it at Continental Seeds. But on black rot, you are assured, if you get something from Continental Seeds, you are assured 90% you will harvest your cabbage without black rot.
Kibarabali explains that market demand plays a significant role in determining cabbage prices.
Cabbage market, these days is different because people are doing what we call family planning. And that is why Lucy comes in handy. Because as I earlier said, Lucy is a small cabbage for a small family. Because people would not want to buy a bigger cabbage, then you cut into 3 halves, you want to cook in 3 days. So for a bigger family, they go for bigger cabbage. For the smaller family, they come for Lucy, which is a smaller cabbage. But kilograms, these days is not so much. The only people who maybe are going to sell on kilos, because we have got the upper market, or like in Continental, when you go to tomatoes, you find that we have got bigger fruits, medium fruits, and small fruits. Not always number 1, number 2, and number 3. So it also applies on cabbages. We have bigger cabbages, which is about 5 to 6 kilos. Then smaller cabbage, which is 3 to 3.5. Because of the smaller families now we are raising up. Somebody wants to buy a smaller cabbage, which he will eat with the family at one meal. Not to have it cut into pieces to be cooked because it might go bad. So you find that when somebody has come with a lorry, for example, he wants to pack cabbage, this bigger cabbage will get into the lorry fewer, and the lorry will be full, as opposed to the smaller cabbage, which will go into that truck more than the bigger cabbages. So him is going to look at the income. The income we should carry more, not few. Yes.
However, farmers must now resist with a new and growing challenge like climate change. Rising temperatures and unpredictable rainfall are reshaping the agricultural landscape.
For climate change is a normal thing which is affecting everybody. And what I would advise our farmers, especially those who have some money in their pocket, if you want to make cabbage farming or any other farming be a business, you go irrigation way. Because why am I saying that? Every farmer waits for the rain. I wait for the rain, you wait for the rain, everybody is waiting for the rain to come. Then we plant. And we will go to the market at the same time. So the market is overflood with the produce. Then the price is bad for the farmer, and they make losses. But when you go to, for example, into irrigation, You can buy a machine and you can buy some pipes to pump water into your farm. You'll make money because what you do, for example, in East Africa, we expect rains, the heavy rains to start mid-March. So you count 4 months backward. You go to November, you do the nursery. You transplant in December. Then you have about, December, January and February. When people are now planning to transplant, you are harvesting. You are alone in the market. You make money. That is the only way you can make farming a business. But if you are waiting for the rain, you might be discouraged. Yes. But these smallholders, there are some, you find the river is passing through their land. That river, even if you don't have the pump, you can cultivate a small land, like maybe half an acre, where you can use a jug to put water, because you put it into bits, like a quarter an acre. Make sure every quarter an acre, every month you are planting a quarter an acre, so that you don't, at no any given time, you don't have cabbage to sell. You'll make money. But when we all wait for the rain, we get disappointed.
Despite the challenges, cabbage farming remains a rewarding and nutritious endeavor. With attention to soil health, sunlight, water management, and seed quality, farmers can enjoy a bountiful harvest from this cool season crop.
For cabbages, you don't need so many things. You only need maybe 2 cows at home, you get your manure, and you do cabbage. You can only do even a 50 gram, which will be a half an acre. Because in cabbages, we have even 10 gram, 25 gram, 50 gram, 100 gram. So now it depends on you how much you want to do. So, and as I've earlier said, if you can take care of the cabbage. You see, cabbage is something people eat every day. Sometimes you don't even go to the market. They come for you. The market comes to you at home. The losses comes from right away from the nursery. Because when you have done on the ground, before you transplant, you lose a lot seeds at the nursery level. Because when you are uprooting, some of them doesn't come with the roots, and you throw them away. That's a loss. When I was saying even 100 grams, you find that maybe you'll end up with 700 grams that you've taken to the farm. 300 grams you've already lost at the nursery level. So that is why I'm saying, if there is a nursery, make sure it is always watered, the ground is always wet, so that when you are uprooting, you get almost everything from the nursery. But the best way, do on the trays. And trays, you can get them here locally.
From garden to market, cabbage has the potential to change lives. All it takes is the right knowledge, preparation, and resiliency.